to my channel. My name is Mehek. I hope you guys are all fine, and like always I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with the book of the week. I finished reading The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. It's by Axie. Oh, that's how it looks. It's got a beautiful cover actually, showing us a girl that is falling beneath the sea. So, when I saw the cover of the book, I felt it was such a beautiful illustration, and that is what attracted me to pick this book up. And then I read that it is inspired by a Korean folktale, and I got really excited about the book. Now, to give you a background, this book is actually a retelling of a Korean folktale, which goes by the name The Tale of Shim Cheong. And in that story, what happens is a girl sacrifices herself to the sea god in return for a portion of rice that she can basically give at the temple so that her father gains his vision back. So this story is actually a retelling of that. But in this book, our main character, our star character is Mina. So Mina is a 16-year-old girl. She lives in a village with her grandmother and her brother. Her parents are no more. She has basically been brought up, with hearing folk tales and legends about the sea god, and she's always prayed to the sea god. Now it's been many years that the village and the people where Mina stays is suffering because of the devastating storms, and people are dying and the homeland is really suffering. So what the people there do, like there is a ritual that every year they sacrifice a girl, as in they literally make her fall in the sea for the sea god, and she's actually sacrificed as the sea god bride. And they do this every year in the hope to make peace with the sea god, because they believe that the sea god is angry with them and has cursed them. So a bride is picked up every year and thrown in the sea as a sacrifice to the peace god. Now you must be asking why this ritual, where did this come from? So again, just to give you a brief background, the legend where this comes from. So it was believed that many years back, there was an emperor who was ruling this village, and he was basically loved by everyone, including the sea god. And once, however, he was attacked, his kingdom was attacked, and the conqueror killed the emperor and pushed his body or threw his body in the sea. And that is something that really angered the sea god. And after that episode, the village really suffered. There were, again, storms and people dying and no water and things like that. So then the conqueror realized his mistake, and he had a daughter. The daughter was very beautiful. I mean, her beauty was spoken about. And he decided to sacrifice his daughter to the sea god. And it is said that when he did that, after 3 years, from the time he sacrificed until the 3 years, there were no storms and the people lived happy. So from then this ritual started, that every year a girl would be sacrificed to the sea god, who would go down in the water and would live as the sea god bride until next year another bride is thrown in the water. And someday it is believed that one of the bride, who is going to turn out to be the sea god's true love, is going to break the curse and the village will be able to live happily. So now the twist in the story is that Mina, as I said, lives with her brother, and whose name is Joon. Joon is in love with the girl. Her name is Shim Cheong. She's the most beautiful girl in the village, and they have a very special bond. However, because she's the most beautiful, her beauty is also her curse. Her fate is already decided. The villagers have decided that she's going to be the next bride for the sea god, and when the day comes, she'll be thrown into the sea. However, now Mina cannot let this happen, because she knows that if they do that, it's going to break her brother's heart, and she cannot let that happen. So when the fated night comes, when they actually have to sacrifice the bride, it's Mina who ends up jumping in the river, in the sea, instead of Shim Cheong. once Mina jumps in the sea, she doesn't drown. She's actually, I would say, swept away with a very magnificent dragon who's also very frightening into the spirit realm. Now, this realm is basically a place, a magical place under the sea, which contains the lesser gods, lots of beasts, demons, and other mythical creatures. So once now she is in this mystical spirit realm, it is Mina's job to find the sea god and break the curse. However, once she enters this spirit realm, she realizes that it is not what she expected, starting from the sea god. So she meets the sea god, but she thinks that he's going to be this, like a devilish or a monster-looking man who is plotting this evil deeds, and unleashing it to her village. But he actually turns out to be a very young boy who is actually under an enchanted sleep spell. So he's actually sleeping, and she's shocked, then why is all this happening if he's under this enchanted sleep spell. Now Mina is here to break the curse and save her people. So in order to do that, she'll have to wake him up. However, the job is not easy. Now the catch is that she only has a month to do this, because she's a human soul, and the law of the spirit realm is that within a month, if she's still there in this spirit realm, she'll be converted into a spirit. So she only has a month to wake the sea god. Thereby starts her adventure, where she also meets a very a mythical and a mysterious god. His name is Shin, and together with this crew, which basically consists of demons and other gods and spirits, they go on this adventure to break the curse and wake the sea god. On this journey, there are many characters that are introduced in the plot. The characters come at different stages, giving lessons and advices and threats to our Mina, who is our heroine. And there's a lot of politics happening in this spirit realm, so she's exposed to all that. Now at the end, if she's able to wake the sea god, I'm not obviously going to reveal that, that's for you guys to read. But like I said, her task is very difficult. She has all the burden on herself. She has to break the curse, she has to save her people, and she also has to ensure that she does not end up turning a spirit. And another burden on this is that there are many people in the spirit realm that do not want the sea god to wake up, so who are trying everything in their potential to make Mina's task very difficult. So this is what is the major plot line. Coming to what I feel about the book now, I like the plot line. Overall, it's good, but the writing is very messy and confusing. I think this is the second book by the author, so definitely you get the sense of amateurish writing. But I think for me, what I really loved was the ending. I think the ending was so satisfactory. So although it started off very well, and then it got really confusing and messy, but by the time I reached the end, I was really satisfied. I was like, okay, this is a good ending. So yeah, this is a book with, I would say, an okayish book with good moments. I enjoyed the main character, Mina. She comes across as a very strong character, rooted with family values. You have mentions of the grandmother, Mina's grandmother, and I think that was very heartwarming. The romance between the main characters was really rushed. I mean, they just meet, and the next thing then that they feel that they are soulmates and they've fallen in love. So I felt that was pretty rushed. So yeah, I would just say that okayish read with good moments. You can give it a one-time try. But I've read a lot of so this is primarily a young adult book. I've read a lot of young adult book, and I have recommended those, and I can think of so many of those books that I have actually recommended to adults. It can easily pass on as an adult read, and I know adults would enjoy it. However, I'm not so sure about this read, how much of it I can refer to adults. But yeah, if you're someone who is looking for a fast paced, easy read, young adult book filled with, elements of folklore and gods and mythical creatures and love, then I think this book is perfect for you. Yeah, so that's all on this book. I'm gonna see you guys next week with another title. Till then, take care, bye bye, and keep